we're obviously disappointed to go out. I think that we'd earned the right to be in it this year after a wonderful season last year. Probably over the course of the games we weren't good enough, didn't collect enough points, and ultimately went out. So, but as I said, it's been a real good learning experience for us, and it's certainly, we're going to fight as hard as we possibly can to ensure it's not another 5 years. We came a long way in a short period of time. So, as I said, we go out tonight. We're obviously bitterly disappointed, but with a lot of learning taking place over the course of the games, and as I said, we're going to fight very hard to be back in it next year. The penalties were close, maybe the right calls. I thought the sending off was a really disappointing decision by the referee. I'm not sure he's close enough, first of all, to make it. But I think everyone looking at it will see that if young Lazar Markovic gets sent off for that, his fingernail barely touches the nose of the defender, and the defender, I think he's the guy that should be looked at and sent off for his reaction. So that gave us a mountain to climb. We 10 men, but I thought the players' reaction to it gave us a cause, and the fight from that moment, we really took the game to them. In that final half hour, we were outstanding. So I thought there was a lot of decisions tonight was disappointing. Of course, it's it's not the Premier League, and we respect that and understand that. I think the players are clear, played enough international football and been in enough tournaments to see the refereeing is different. But certainly the decision was very disappointing. Yeah, I thought he looked really bright. I think he's starting to settle in, Graham, into our way of working. He's, we talked about being more aggressive in your game, funny enough, in terms of, with the ball and using, his body more. And I think that when he came on, he was bright and he looked like he could cause a problem. I thought Raheem Sterling, again, was phenomenal in his performance. The speed, his movement. We asked him to play through the middle in the second half and get between defenders and penetrate in behind, and he was a constant threat. So it's been a great campaign for him personally in terms of his development. I thought he's been outstanding. And I thought Stevie gave a lift to the game, and you still see his qualities. Everyone else, first half we weren't good enough. It's as simple as that. Technically we were way short. This is a competition in particular where technically you've got to be much better than what we were in the first half. So our positioning wasn't good. The options for the guy in the ball wasn't anywhere near what we would want and expect from a team that is based around a technical game. The second half we were much better in that front and showed more courage to then go and play. So, and it looked like maybe in the last 10 minutes we could get that goal. We got into some good areas, but the final pass just let us down. So, but again, as I said, the players have earned the right to be in the competition. They'll have learnt, all have learnt from the experience this season. We now go into the Europa League, which is still very much a prestigious tournament, and we want to do very well in that. And like as I said, when that comes around, we'll be really focused, and hopefully, as I said, by that stage our performance level will have improved greatly, and we can then go on in the second half of the season and do well. Yeah, we're obviously disappointed. We can't have any excuses about not qualifying. We had enough games, and I think the big game for us was away in Basel, where we were disappointed in that. We didn't perform well, and we conceded a poor goal and lost out there. So we can have no complaints. You if you deserve to go through, and you get the points, then you go through, and for us, it was simple really. I said we haven't been good enough over the course of the qualification to get through. But as I said, we've got to take it on the chin now and move into the next competition, and we'll hope to be better in that. In terms of the games coming up, it still remain. It's a very exciting period for us. We've got some big games, as you say, but the focus is really only on our next game. So we go into that. We'll get ready over the course of the next few days and go into that and look to perform better than what we did in the first half, and hopefully get a result. You know, they're a good side and experienced at this level. They're obviously, you know, the top side in Swiss football, and regularly qualify for the Champions League. So they've got experience playing in it, and yeah, they're a good side, good players, some experienced players, and as I said, over the course of the games, they've deserved to go through. I won't be concerned one bit. You know, we hope to qualify from this tournament or this qualification group, and that would have kept us in the Champions League, but we didn't do that. So the consequence of that is we go into the Europa League again. As like I say, it's a prestigious tournament, and this is the level that we want to be working. We want to be playing in European football. Of course, we'd preferred the Champions League, but like I said, you know, the history for the club in it is still strong, and we want to, as I said, go in and do our best in the tournament. And as I said, the objective clearly also alongside that is to finish in the top four, and that's something that we have to fight to do, and it's something that we will. Well, I think, of course, as you say, I think it's managing the expectation, Tony, which is important. As I said, we've been out of it for a long time, and obviously we come into it this year with a great excitement, and obviously wanted to do well. I think when you don't qualify, of course, everyone gets looked upon in terms of, as I said, for us, we really wanted to qualify, and we weren't good enough. It's as simple as that. I think across the board, you're always being analysed and looked at, whether it's league, whether it's Champions League. For us, the solution's simple. We have to be better in a performance level. It's as simple as that, and that's everyone. That's manager, that's players. But as I said, we have to realise where we've come from as well. You know, the expectancy coming into this season, of course, was very high, but unfortunately, it's a different group of players. It's a different squad, and so as I said, it's something that we have to manage. But of course, there'll be disappointment tonight because we didn't qualify. But now we have to carry on fighting for the rest of the season and work hard at, as I said, over the course of the coming games and for the rest of the season to make it a success. And then I suppose by then everyone will sit down and look and assess where it's at.